Seasonal salutations, my friends, for another episode of Emergency Cocktail Preparation, and this one, I believe, is our 27th festive episode, in no small part due to 2018's advent of Everidge, but we're here for another fantastic Christmassy cocktail. And we're going very, very Christmassy today with a cocktail called a Mince Pie Martini. Now, I have a confession to make. I do not like mince pies. Ugh. Dreadful things in my opinion, and I think one of the main problems I have with mince pies is that mince pies are lies. They tell you that it's a mince pie, it has mince meat in it. To me, mince is the lovely, lovely stuff that you have in your lasagna. So the idea of a pie with something like that in it sounds very good, and then someone comes along and goes, here, have one of these. Oh, what's this? It's a mince pie. Oh, a mince pie, fantastic, lovely and meaty. Does it have meat in it? Yes, it has mince meat in it. You bite into it, and what you get, instead of that lovely lasagna-ish stuff, is you get this crazy chutney thing. No, I'm not a very big fan of mince pies. I'm sure that if you want to hurl some abuse at me, the mince pie fans, in the comments, feel free to do so. So we're very much today going out of my comfort zone by making a mince pie martini. Now, it's a very, very strange recipe because it does actually have mincemeat in it. I'm a little dubious as to how this is going to work out. Come on a journey with me and find out. So to make two of these drinks, we're going to require 2 teaspoons of mincemeat. We're going to need 50 millilitres of red vermouth, 50 millilitres of gin, 10 millilitres of dark rum. We've got really, really black rum here, which is great, and 40 millilitres of mincemeat syrup. Now, this is not something that you can buy, as far as I know. We have made this. I'll make sure that we pop a little description, some instructions as to how to make this on the video, so that if you wish to, you can do so. So to start the cocktail off, we're going to get our 2 teaspoons, and again this is to make 2 of these, of mincemeat. This is the bit that's making me really dubious. I'm putting 2 teaspoons of mincemeat into a cocktail shaker. Part of me thinks, if you've gone to the trouble of making mincemeat syrup, why not just put mincemeat syrup in it? But this is not one of our recipes, it's one that we found. Dangerous Yet Camershire Paramore, who is a fan of mince pies, found this online and suggested we have this. So we're muddling it in the shaker. We're not muddling it with anything, we're just sort of bashing it up a little bit. Normally when you muddle something, you kind of, like when you make a mojito, you're muddling the mint leaves with, you know, all the different bits and bobs. So, hey, who am I to criticise? This is the instruction. Muddle mincemeat in a shaker. That's just very, very bizarre. I'm going to pop that on there. We're now going to have to give our little display a bit of a wash, because it's now got a thing with mincemeat on it. What a weird recipe. So to the muddled mincemeat, we're going to put some ice in. Cold mincemeat. Fantastic. And then we are going to add 50 millilitres of red vermouth. $40 millilitres of our mincemeat syrup. Very nice and gloopy. Now that does have an extremely Christmassy smell to it, so that I can kind of get on board with. Then 50 millilitres of gin. In there, yes, of course, gin. And then 10 millilitres of black spiced rum. And that again seems like a very, very Christmassy thing to be having, and is an addition that is actually making me feel pretty good, actually. So, we have our ingredients, enough to make 2 drinks. Let's give them a darn good festive shake. Lovely, there we go. Next we need to strain and pour this into a cocktail glass. What we've done is we've coated the rim of this cocktail glass with a mixture of caster sugar and mixed spice. So that also feels really, really nicely festive actually, and it's sort of reminiscent in effect of when you get your mince pies and they have that dusting of stuff on the top of it usually. So that seems like a pretty good addition. I'm going to strain it through a really fine tea strainer, because don't forget this has got a couple of teaspoons of actual mincemeat in it, which is a little bit bizarre. Interesting colour coming out of it, which is what I would have expected. There we go. That's one. And we are getting some bits in this strainer as well, so I think the strainer is a welcome addition. There we go. Potentially overfilled that first one a little bit. And that is me making a bit of a mess of that. When you pour your 2 drinks, try and get the proportions right. Me not being a massive fan of mince pies, this smaller one is possibly mine. The Paramore likes mince pies, so she's going to have a very good time with a rather large cocktail there. Well, let's give it a try and see what it's like. So, I'm going to take the little one here. It does smell really, really very festive. There's the mince pie smell, the rum, and actually the coating of the mixed spices. That's what makes it really, really feel very festive. That is good. That is very, very festive. It does taste like Christmas time. That's excellent. And I've got to say, I'm a fan of that. I like it. That's defied my expectations. And I think I know why. I think my problem with mince pies, besides the hyperbole about lies that I mentioned earlier, I think my issue with mince pies is actually the texture. I don't like chutney. And effectively what you've got with your mincemeat here is a weird chutney that's masquerading as something else. So I suspect that's the issue. The actual flavours and the tastes, the sweetness is very, very pleasant indeed. So I can admit when I'm wrong. Still not going to eat mince pies, but I can admit this drink that I did not expect to be good is actually very tasty and will most definitely make you feel in the mood for this season. I really do hope that you give this a try, and if you've enjoyed the video, please do like and subscribe. From Dr. Bertram Everidge and the Dangerous Yet Camera Shy Paramore, season's greetings, and Everidge out.
All I want is a liquor in my growler. Got to be average.